Hey everybody, this is going to be a playthrough of the CWW-08-1 mission from the Cold War Warrior campaign for the Flaming Cliffs Su-25. Looking at the mission briefing, we got an afternoon mission in the summer. That's an odd point in of itself because the rest of the campaign is in December and this particular mission's in June. I suspect it's a bug, just an oversight. I've submitted a bug report on the ED forums about that. But for now, we'll play it through as is. So it's a summer mission this time around. There's kind of a medium-low cloud layer that's not going to give you any problems finding the target area, but you might prefer to get a little higher to attack the targets than the cloud layer is going to let you do. So it's just a small issue there. Looking at the loadouts, we got some unguided rockets and a bunch of S-25L laser-guided missiles. Looking at the allied flights, we got an A-50, which is essentially an AWACS, got some Su-24s, some MiG-27s, a bunch of other Su-25s, and a bunch of MiG-23s. Looking at the objective, we're just going to be flying out to a waypoint and attacking a column of IFVs on a road. You can take note of all these waypoints with their times and speeds and altitudes. You probably want to stick close to the flight package or the strike package on this one. There's a pretty heavy fighter presence on the enemy side, as well as a bunch of anti-air ground units. So the more friendlies that are in the area to help with all of that, the better for you, give you a better chance of staying alive. Although if you'd like to, you can just get out there ahead of everybody else and take the risk and attack your targets early, but you will be under significantly more threat from anti-air assets especially. Looking at the strike package, we are Grok 3 in this package. Grok 1 and 2 will be attacking some other units in the vicinity of your targets, so it might be helpful to wait for them. Looking at the threats, we got Stinger Manpad IR guided SAMs, Hawk radar guided SAMs, Roland radar guided SAMs, and Gepard AAA. There's also some F4s flying around, but all those MiG-23s should help you deal with those, no problem. Looking at the pictures, we got some overviews of the route. We got a zoomed out view here and a more zoomed in view of the end of the route here. We'll look at these in the mission planner as well. So as you can see, it's a summer mission, no snow on the ground except for up in the mountains. We're going to be taking off out of Sochi, flying northwest to this rendezvous point, then up along the lake east of Krasnodar to the IP, and then turning in and finding this string of IFVs along this road here. So for waypoints, or not waypoints, landmarks to use, as we get close to the IP towards the northern end of the lake, we can start looking off to our right, and we're going to be looking for this particular field here. It's a bit lighter color than all the other fields in the area, so that's a good way to spot it. And then we've also got these IFVs on each side of the road here, and they're pretty easy to spot, easy to see them given the contrast between those IFVs and the light-colored field. If ED fixes this mission at some point and it becomes a snow mission, you're not really going to be able to see the outlines of these fields. It's all just going to be covered in snow, but the contrast between the IFVs and the snow will be even greater in that case. As long as it's a summer mission, these fields give us a pretty easy way to find the targets. We just find this light colored field, jump over to the next field to the east, kind of look in the middle of the north end of the field along the road, and we're just going to want to line up in a nice straight line. We'll be approaching from the northwest, so we'll be coming southeast towards these units. So we kind of want to line up right along this stretch of road here in line with these units. Unfortunately, that is going to have you overfly these IFVs, and if you're low and slow, they've got a pretty good chance of hitting you. So if you get into that target area and those guys aren't destroyed yet, there are two other groups of Su-25, so 8 other Su-25s in total that are going to both come through these waypoints right here with directions to attack these units here. In my playthrough, I didn't see them destroy any of those, so I'm not sure what happened. You may want to wait and see if you can get those other friendly groups to attack these guys and make it a little safer for you. If not, you can either try attacking them yourself and waste a bunch of your munitions destroying them to make it safe for you, or you can just take a risk and overfly them as high as you can. So get right up under the clouds as high as you can and still be able to see your targets, and then just take the risk of overflying those guys. It's not too hard for them to take you out, like I said, especially if you're low and slow, so be careful about that. Once you do get in line with the targets, you're going to want to try to ripple off all your S-25L missiles kind of in one go. So turn on launch permission override for that, because those missiles will fly farther than the range indicator would tell you. So you can launch before you get the range indication or the launch authorization. And then you can just ripple them off, 2 or 3 seconds in between. Wait for that first one to hit wherever you put the laser, and then after it hits, just start moving the laser, depending where you started, just along the length of the column so that the other missiles will land in different spots and you got a chance of killing other things. If you fly into the target area or close to these targets, You got about 30 seconds before they all start scattering off the side of the road. And then some of these man pads that we see here will not be there initially, but after you've entered the target area, they will start spawning after about 30 seconds for the first couple of them. So it behooves you to kind of make one pass at this, get all your munitions off in one go. If you have to loop back around, you're going to have given time for those timers to expire, and so the IFVs are going to be scattered off the side of the road in each of the fields to the north and south, and those man pads are going to start spawning. So it gets significantly harder to attack a bunch of units at once, and also riskier because of those man pads. So like I said, try to get all your munitions off in one go. Even if you don't, you might want to consider just flying home. The mission objectives don't actually require you to destroy anything. They just require you to fly into this area and then go back and land at Sochi safely. So actually hitting stuff is not a requirement in order to advance the campaign. You will get that 100% result score regardless of whether you hit anything. So overview, come to the IP, locate those targets either with this field or by finding these units here. To kind of give you a sense of where the targets are. So, and then follow that road southeast from that landmark and attack as many of these things as you can, and then fly home. There is a bunch of anti-air threat to worry about though, so don't swing too far to the east after your attack runs because we got a Gepard here. And then after you start heading back south to go home, climb quickly because you got a Gepard here right along your return route. So you want to get high enough to avoid those. As you're coming in on the targets, kind of approaching the IP, you may end up wanting to swing a little bit wide to the north so you can get a good angle on those targets. Unfortunately, that's going to bring you even closer to this Roland. The IP is already in range of this Roland, and swinging wide is going to get you even closer. So if you do that, watch your IP real close or your RWR real close to make sure you're not getting launched on. And then you may want to take your time getting to the IP in the first place. So don't be ahead of schedule, maybe even be intentionally late because you got that Roland there. You've also got a Hawk out here. Everything, everywhere you're going to be is in range of that as well. So a whole bunch of anti-air threat to worry about here, so be careful of that. Watch your RWR real closely, make sure you're not getting launched on. If you do, just dive down to, as close to the ground as you can, as quickly as you can, and use the trees and the terrain to help mask you from those missiles. You may just have to play chicken with these SAMs for a while and just keep trying until they stop shooting at you. So good luck. All right, start the mission. Close the canopy, get the electrical on, engines on, flaps down, turn that RWR down a few notches. Tell ATC we're starting up.
Сочи, 33-й, запуск. 3-3, Сочи, запуск разрешаю. Ветер у земли 0,55, скорость 5 метров в секунду. 33-й, 13-й, обнаружена цель 358, удаление 210 на 3500.
All right, engines are ready. We'll request taxi.
Сочи, 33-й, руление. 210 на 3500. 3-3, Сочи. Разрешаю руление на полосу 2-4.
All right, runway 24. It's going to be a left turn up here. All right, we got runway 24 here. We're a couple minutes early, but I'll go ahead and take off. Get the nav system pointed at waypoint 1. There it is. Got a long flight ahead, so I'll put timestamps in the video description if you want to skip past the boring stuff. This leg of the flight plan calls for 2,000 meters altitude, but I'll go a lot higher than that to conserve fuel. Alright, we're plenty high up enough now to conserve fuel, so we'll level out and slow down a bit because we're well ahead of schedule. Alright, we've got to waypoint 1, but we're still a couple minutes ahead of schedule, so I'm just do some lazy circles in the sky here, and let the rest of the strike package catch up. Alright, starting to see some friendlies. That looks like maybe a MiG-23s. I'm gonna give them all plenty of time to get out ahead once they depart the rendezvous point here. I'll just continue my lazy circle around about another 110 degrees or so. Then we'll start descending towards waypoint 2.
Grach 1-1, strike package departing rendezvous point.
We're almost on course, so I'll start diving down. Alright, popping below the clouds now. Normally I just ignore the flight plan altitude at this point, fly just under the clouds, but we know we got that rolling near the target area. So I'd like to limit the amount of time he's looking at me and hope that he focuses on somebody else. So we'll get pretty low. Flight plan calls for 300 meters AGL. We'll probably go even lower than that most of the time. I can just barely see some friendlies up there.
Mach 11, 2 minutes to target.
That will be a couple minutes late to the target, but that's fine. We know there's also those 6 IFBs on the ground to the west of our targets that some other Su-25, friendly Su-25s are going to be attacking. So I don't mind giving them some time to take care of that because we don't want to be overflying those guys at low altitude looking for our targets. Alright, we're about 3 minutes out, so I'll go ahead and go to air-to-ground mode, get the glass down a little bit. We'll switch to the missiles, hoping to be able to use those first. Getting locked by some sort of SAM site, so I'll get a little bit lower here. Gotta keep an eye out for power lines. Alright, something's going on over there. I see some smoke. Can't tell if that's just smoke from a building or if that's, looks like it might just be from a building. Alright, we're about a minute away. We'll scope out whether those IFVs have been dealt with yet. I think that there's the, yeah, I can see the IFVs in the field on the left. So that's the light colored field. It looks like those IFVs have not been dealt with. So I'll just loop around to the left for now. Give the friendlies a little more time to deal with that. I'll get the nav system pointed back at waypoint 1 if I can. We'll head back that way a little bit. Alright, we'll come back in and see if those IFVs have been dealt with yet. If not, we may just have to attack them ourselves. Switch back to waypoint 2. Switch back to air to ground mode. And missiles again. It's one of the MiG-23s, I think. Not sure where he's going. Alright, I still don't see that those IFVs have been dealt with, so we'll turn in and we'll attack the middle one and hope we can hit the ones on the sides as well. Okay, we'll just wait for range here. Actually, we're close enough. I'll use launch permission override. We'll fire now. Then I want to make sure to turn to the left so we don't cause our real targets to start scattering it. Okay, I don't think we got a hit with that. Tell the wingmen to attack the primary. Let's see if they know what to do with that. come back around. I'll get a little bit more altitude. Well, the clouds are low, so can't get too high. Alright, I think I just got to try to get in on the our real objective here. So I'll swing a little bit wide, keeping an eye on the RWR. So we're looking to the next field, kind of halfway through the field along the road. We got to get lined up on that stretch. And we'll try to stay high to stay away from these IFEs on the ground. Alright, I think we're lined up on them now. Get the laser over there. And we'll start rippling. Alright, we're getting shot at from underneath. Alright, we'll use rockets on the rest here. And we'll get out of here. Using lots of flares and keeping the throttle down low for now in case those man pads have spawned already. And we're on return mode on the nav already. So we'll get vectored over there. And I'm going to climb. We'll jettison all the empty stuff. And I'll tell the wingman to RTB2. Alright, it's a long, boring flight home again, so I'll put timestamps to skip this part as well in the video description. Alright, we're pretty high up, and we got about 50 kilometers to go to the return point, so I'll go ahead and start descending now. It's going to take a while to get down. I'll throw the speed brake out, keep the speed under control. Alright, turning towards the airfield. Alright, we're slow enough for gear and flaps. Got the airfield out there. Not sure if that's the wingman, but whoever it is, I'm glad it didn't crash into me. Gonna hang right a little bit in case he slows down all of a sudden.
Заруливайте на стоянку.
That'll do it.